Ladies and gentlemen, my name's Ryan, and welcome back to Duck Detective, the Salami Bandit. This is Act 8, where we last left off. We got more business solved. We've got all the keywords we need for the kidnapping and the Salami Bandit. So let's start on this. Okay, so Bus was right. Bus was the only right. You know, I just realized a really good, easy way to do this. Bear buses. There.
Oh my God! That's where she is being kept! It's important that I stayed calm now. I couldn't alert the culprit, or all of this will have been for nothing. I needed to first figure out who is behind everything, so I could confront them.
I say it's either Boris or Manfred. And why I'm suspecting Manfred is because he's currently out there and Rufus was blackmailing him with something. What did Rufus have and Margaret have over Manfred that allowed them to blackmail him? Boris is possible because he's the bus driver. And he knew that the bags were switched. He knew there was different contents in the bag. So there's that. Boris is the Salami Bandit because someone's and his, her, blank are They're identical. Freddy. Freddy's and her bag are identical. Well, not bag. There.
Manfred is the Salami bandit. That makes a lot of sense. Ironic that his handwritten note meant to frame Fredersen ended up incriminating Manfred instead. Something was missing here. Who else was involved with this? I had collected everything I needed. I just had to organize my thoughts.
Okay, so Manfred. So that's what Rufus was. So Rufus, so it is Manfred, and Rufus found out and he blackmailed him so he could sell the voucher. Him and Margaret could sell the voucher online illegally without getting in trouble. Accomplice. He's happily married. Boris. Ah, Boris is the Salami Bandit's accomplice because he used to date Sophie, and the Salami Bandit needs someone who could convince. No. Sophie. And is the Salami Bandit's accomplice because she used to date Boris, and the Salami Bandit needs someone who could convince Boris into helping.
I couldn't believe Sophie managed to talk Boris into this. Salami Bandit wasn't working alone. It made sense for the bus driver to be involved.
He was one of my early suspects, honestly.
Aha! I had it all figured out now. It was time that I confront the culprits.
You might want to be careful just in case they get violent.
But first, I had to free Sophie.
Ugh. Out here.
Why is everyone yelling?
This looks dramatic. It's kind of a long story.
And guess who deduced said long story? The one and only Duck Detective.
Read the room.
This is how everything went down. The Britzel Beerbus branch was suffering losses and had their budget cut as a result. Manfred, worried about the financial stability of his family, felt himself backed into a corner. This is when he became the Salami Bandit. He made his grand plan of salami smuggling and realized he couldn't do this alone. He recruited Boris, since it would be easiest for the bus driver to load and unload the wares discreetly. The bus would go through a customs check at the Salsiccia bus station first. And then Boris would take a detour to get the salami and load it onto the bus. This is why the buses always had a huge delay. It wouldn't be easy to talk Boris into crime, so Manfred convinced Sophie to join the team. Boris's obsession with her would make it easy for her to manipulate him into helping with their plan. Everything was going well until the Duck Detective, that's me, infiltrated the office. Freddy was meant to be the scapegoat for the crime, but I'm not fooled that easily. Sophie began getting cold feet and ultimately wanted to confess to the police. Manfred couldn't have this, so he interfered. In an outburst of panic, he abducted her and hid her in the luggage compartment of one of the buses. And this is why Manfred stole Laura's lunch!
What?
Everything is figured out, but who is truly guilty? Manfred, Sophie, and Boris are all involved in the smuggling. Who should get arrested for their crimes? Manfred was the mastermind behind everything. Should Manfred get arrested?
Well, that goes without saying. Yes, arrest him.
He is the reason this all started in the first place. Of course he should be arrested. What about Sophie? Without her, the smuggling wouldn't have been possible. She manipulated poor Boris into taking the salami across the border. Should Sophie get arrested?
I'm pretty sure she should get arrested.
What she did was clearly illegal. She needs to face the consequences. Boris was at the end of the chain. Had he refused to take the salami on board, the plan would have not worked out. Should Boris get arrested?
Yeah, he broke the law, and he did it knowingly.
He might have not realized what was going on entirely, but that doesn't mean he's not liable for engaging in the smuggling. All right, I've made up my mind. I will report to the state police. Manfred! Sophie! Boris!
And I do it again! Anything to secure my family's well-being.
I'm not sure grand-scale salami smuggling was necessary for that.
How else was I going to cope with all the budget cuts? If anyone actually worked in this office, we wouldn't have such terrible performance in the first place!
Hey! I work!
Yes, and then you keep asking for promotions. How am I going to give anyone a promotion if we have people baking cakes during working hours? And while we're at it, Rufus! How dare you embezzle money from the company and then threaten me?
That's... Rufus said we're only doing that until his book takes off. And then I'll play the lead alien in the movie adaptation.
Look who's going to jail now, Manfred. Not me, that's for sure.
I stand by what I said. I regret nothing.
What is this? If I had known that calling the Duck Detective would result in this, I would have never done it. You were supposed to find out who stole my lunch, not accuse my best friend of smuggling.
I knew this was a bad idea from the beginning. Why did Boris have to lose the bag? My God, he is such an idiot!
I had no idea it was that important. Why didn't anyone tell me about the plan? You said your cousin was ill, and the only thing that would make her happy was the salsiccia salamis.
I should have known. If you're stupid enough to believe that, then you're also too stupid to bring a couple sausages across the border.
Wow, you really did quack the case, Mr. Duck Detective. You're just as cool as I imagined.
What now, Fredderson? The truth. The truth is an ugly mistress. But it is my duty to throw bread to the fine beak of Lady Justice.
I would point out that Rufus and Margaret probably should have been arrested as well. Honestly, if there was ever one that I didn't arrest, it would be Boris. Because now, hearing how he thought things were going, I wouldn't have arrested him. I thought he knew a bit better of what was going on.
Oh, crap. I completely forgot to collect my payment from Laura. Everybody already went home. How am I going to pay for the bus? Guess I'm walking home.
Ahem. Need a ride? I just booked this one. It's been such a long day after all.
No, thank you.
Come on, it'll be fun! Plus, you must be tired after all the detective work.
I really don't.
Please?
Yeah, fine.
Great! Now I finally have time to tell you all about my ideas for your social media.
Please don't.
I could get you tons of publicity.
No.
And imagine, we can team up,
Absolutely not.
and I can be your sidekick.
I'm kind of curious what happens if you don't arrest certain characters. Well, that's the end of Duck Detective: The Secret Salami. I hope you enjoyed. I'm still kind of curious. What would happen if I had not arrested somebody or something? But that's for your own playthrough to find out. In the meantime, this is now Curtain Call. If you enjoyed the show, please like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when I upload a new video. Until then, that's it for me. Bye-bye!